Welcome back to Blondie, or Life Among the Bumsteads. Today we're going to be reading Chapter 8. It's a dog's life. Daisy, the dog, sometimes made the Bumsteads feel very proud of her, and at other times made them feel just the opposite. On one of her good days, she rushed into the bedroom and barked her loudest. Blondie awoke with a start.
Dagwood, wake up! Daisy's trying to tell us the alarm clock didn't go off. Oh, you'll be late for work,
she exclaimed as she jumped out of bed.
Get Alexander up quick, Daisy, or he'll be late for school,
Blondie ordered. Daisy ran into Alexander's room and pulled the covers off of him, while the boy grumbled, Okay, keep your shirt on, I'll get up. Daisy ran into Dagwood's room and found him snoring again. She ran down and barked at Blondie. Blondie followed her upstairs and shook Dagwood, then pulled him out of bed.
Shame on you, going back to sleep, scolded Blondie. Can't I leave you alone for a minute? What would you do if I weren't here to get you off to work every day?
Well, I just wanted to find out how my dream came out, Dagwood explained. Daisy flew in and out of the bathroom while Dagwood shaved. Calm down, Daisy, or you'll have a nervous breakdown. I'm hurrying as fast as I can, Dagwood grumbled. Daisy tugged at Dagwood's coattails as he drank his coffee standing up and with his overcoat on. Blondie stood by holding his hat in readiness. I still have 80 seconds to catch my bus, Dagwood said between gulps.
Hurry,
Blondie urged. Blondie shoved his hat on his head and pushed him toward the front door, Daisy following close behind.
Smile, dear, so the neighbors won't think I'm throwing you out,
Blondie cautioned as Dagwood sprinted down the front steps. Daisy ran along with him, both going at breakneck speed. The bus was pulling away from the corner, but Dagwood, with the help of the conductor, got aboard just in time. Hooray! I made it! Dagwood shouted in triumph. Daisy, puffing along at his side, watched until the bus was out of sight, then went back home. Blondie opened the front door for her, saying,
We certainly have a time of it, getting Dagwood off to work every morning, don't we, Daisy?
Was the dog's response. Completely exhausted, Blondie and Daisy went into the living room where Daisy relaxed on a pillow and Blondie napped on the sofa. That was a sample of one of Daisy's good days. The next day was one of her bad ones. She made the mistake of scratching her head behind her ear.
Dagwood, I think Daisy has a flea,
Blondie said suspiciously. I'll give her a nice bath with flea soap, Dagwood said. He knew it would be a problem to get Daisy to agree. He got a bone and held it coaxingly toward her. Come, Daisy. Nice Daisy. See the nice bone? Dagwood pleaded. Then he yelled, Blondie! Alexander! Grab Daisy, quick! Blondie and Alexander obediently made a dive for Daisy. She sneaked out of their grasp, with the result that their heads bumped with a loud bong. At that moment, one of the neighbor women happened to be passing the house, and she heard the commotion inside. Sounds like a fight going on at the Bumsteads. I'd better go in and investigate, she decided. Indoors, Blondie shouted,
Quick, Dagwood, grab Daisy! She's running out the front door!
I got her! Dagwood yelled, diving out the front door and making a grab for the fleeing dog. Instead of tackling Daisy, he upset the visitor
who squealed, righted herself, and took after Dagwood with her umbrella. Meanwhile, Daisy, 3 blocks away, was found by Alexander's chum, Alvin. "Daisy, what are you doing so far from your home?" Alvin asked, and without another word, picked the dog up and took her to the Bumsteads. "Why did Daisy try to run away from her home?" Alvin asked. "Pop wanted to give her a bath with flea soap," Alexander informed his friend. He thanked Alvin for returning Daisy, and they both went in search of Dagwood. Dagwood was suffering from the effects of having the neighbor's umbrella descend on his head. "Do you want a plain bandage, dear, or a turban effect like an Indian prince?" Blondie asked solicitously. "Plain," Dagwood answered. He was in no mood to be fancy. His head ached like a sore tooth, and he had accomplished nothing as far as Daisy was concerned. Blondie tried to comfort him and demonstrated her ability in first aid by doctoring his bruises and cuts and winding the bandage around his head. Alexander and his friend Alvin found them and watched in silence. Daisy came into the room, too, and began to scratch behind her ear again. "Why can't a dog have a flea if he wants one?" Alvin wanted to know. "Send Alvin home," Dagwood said, with all the patience he could manage. But if Dagwood had trouble attempting to give Daisy a bath, his troubles were quintupled when he tried to give her 5 puppies a scrubbing. He used the same bone, which had almost served as a lure for Daisy, and approached the young dogs. "Come, puppies, see the nice bone Dagwood has for you," he said. The puppies were not as suspicious as Daisy had been. They stood still while Dagwood came toward them and picked them up. That was easy. I caught them all in one clip," he congratulated himself. Everything was going along perfectly until Dagwood neared the tub of water. When the puppies caught sight of it, they flew out of Dagwood's arms and ran in 5 different directions. "Oh, golly, now I'll have to catch them one at a time," Dagwood moaned. He picked himself up from where he had fallen when the puppies jerked themselves free and went on a puppy hunt. He found one of the dogs in the dining room. "Now you stay right here under this wastebasket until I catch the rest of them," Dagwood instructed. He spotted another puppy in the next room. Cookie watched her father put the puppy under the wastebasket. She thought it was some kind of game. When her daddy had found another puppy, she tilted the wastebasket and freed the first one. "And you stay in that closet until I'm ready for you," Dagwood said to the second puppy. Cookie watched him. Dagwood heard some more of the dogs in the living room. As soon as he left the hall, Cookie opened the closet door and let the second puppy escape. I caught 2 this time. I'll put them behind the sofa," Dagwood was saying as he picked up 2 more of the puppies. Cookie peeked around the corner of the doorway. She waited until her daddy had left the room again. Then she tugged the sofa and pulled it out far enough to allow the 2 captured dogs to run out from behind it. She giggled as she heard her daddy say, I got another one." He put that one behind the desk. Daisy let it come out. I'm getting good. I caught 3 this time. I'll put them in the closet," Dagwood congratulated himself. He continued to catch them, and as soon as his back was turned, Cookie would free them. Dagwood was completely baffled. He found Blondie and complained. "I've caught 16 of them already, and the house is still full of them." And that's the end of chapter 8.
you'll join me next time for Chapter 9. Boys will be boys. Getting towards the end here. I think this might be the last chapter. Let's see. Oh. Yep, that's the last chapter. So, come on back next time. Let's read the last chapter of this Blondie book. And then we can move on to another book. Cheers. We'll see you next time.